Hey guys, what's going on? Edstar here. So basically this video is going to be about like a season review. So what I'd give each player out of 10 for the season, and would I keep them or would I get rid of them? So right, let's start with, well, there's Wayne Hennessy. He was second string for a lot of the season. And whenever I've seen him play, he's always his distribution's been crap. Both me and my dad, who are regular season ticket holders, have said he's complete crap. Would I get rid of him? Absolutely. But who's going to want to buy that? I mean, he's complete rubbish. For the season, I'd give him a 2. He was complete crap. Now moving on to Vincente. Well, if it wasn't for him, he could be one of the reasons why we stayed up this year. If it wasn't for him, yes, since the restart, he's not been great. But before the pandemic happened, he's been absolutely brilliant. You know, he's only had a couple of mistakes, but how many points has he saved for us this season? Absolutely keep. Do not ever get rid of him. You know, I'd give him a 9. He was great this season. Right back, Joel Ward. He's not had a brilliant season. He's not good enough for me personally. I'm sure a lot of people in the comments are probably going to disagree with me with what I say about him. But would I keep him? I'd keep him for squad depth, you know, in case we get injuries. But I want to see Nathan Ferguson start next season, because I think he's real quality. I've seen highlights of him play, and I like the look of him. So I'd keep Ward for now, but I'd keep him as a reserve. Season review, I'd probably give him a 5. I think a 5's fair enough. Moving into the centre backs, Gary Cahill. Oh my goodness, this guy has saved us so many times this season. There's a few times where I thought he's gone into challenges and I thought he's going to get sent off. He's going to get sent off soon. And there's a few I thought, how's he not been sent off? But he's saved us so many points this season. His clearances have been great. He's always there at the right time. Yeah, he's had a good season for me. I'd give him an 8. Next centre-back I'm going to do is James Tompkins. He's been injured a little bit, I'd say a good 30% of the season. So it would probably be a bit harsh to mark him, but on the games he has played, he's been really good. I mean, I saw that header against Southampton. I wasn't there, but I saw what happened. Yeah, he's had a good season for me. I'll give him a 7, because he hasn't done much wrong when he's been fit, and yeah, he's been okay. Yeah, the next centre back we've got Scott Dan. This guy isn't good enough. I'm sorry. I've defended him ever since he came here, but for the last 2 seasons he's not been good enough, and he's someone that we really do need to get rid of. You know, get rid of the wage bill, because he's not good enough. Let's face it. I'm trying to be as realistic as possible in this, and he's just not good enough, and he needs to go. For the season I give him a 4. He wasn't good enough for me. And then the last centre back we have is Martin Kelly. He's been good in the games that I've seen him play. Again, more good clearances. He's been there to make the tackles when someone's just about to take a shot for the opposing team. And yeah, he's had an alright season. I'd keep him for now. I wouldn't keep him for like another 2 seasons. I'd give him probably 1 more and then let him leave. But for this season, I'd probably give him a standard 6. He didn't do too bad. He didn't do too much wrong. Yeah, so gonna go into the left back, which is well, we like to call him PVA, but Patrick Van Aanholt. He's had an okay season. I mean, I like it when he gets forward, but he just doesn't have the quality to get past opposing players. And when we do try and we fail and get past them, we're exposed at the back, and simply, I don't think he can defend. He gave that penalty away against Aston Villa, but well, Jack Grealish is a diving prick. So anyway, he gave the penalty, but VAR overruled it. Thank God for that, because that was never ever a penalty. I watched that several times and I thought, Grealish, you're meant to be a quality player, mate. You don't dive. But for Van Aanholt this season, I'd give him probably a 6. It was okay, but not brilliant. We had a little left back come in at the end of the season, Tyreek Mitchell. I'm not going to mark him for the season because he only came in at the end of the season. But what I did see of him, he looked really good. He looked really good. He looked like what we needed. And I'm going to give him probably a standard 5 because you can't mark him. Right. Into the midfield. James McCarthy. Not a great season. He was an addition in August. It hasn't worked for me. I'd get rid of him. He's not good enough for me, my opinion. Sorry, my voice is going as we speak, so I think he's had a very poor season. I give him a 4. Then we had James McArthur. We've got McCarthy and McArthur. James McArthur, he saved us a lot of points as well this season. He's been good this season. I mean, his tackling is okay. His passing is not great, I'll be honest with you. But he's had a better season than Milivojevic, who I'm going to get onto in a second. Because this brother's been smoking some weed. Okay? And he's not good enough for me. But moving on, McArthur, I'd give him a 6. Not a bad season, but not a great season. So, yeah. Then we get on to Luka Milivojevic. Where do I fucking start? His long ball passing has been so crap this season. Where was the guy that we had last season? What has happened to him? What on earth has happened to the guy that we could rely on with Mr. Penalties? I'd keep him, but he really needs to have a better season next season. This season he's getting a 3 because he got 12 yellow cards. I know he's a monster, but 12 yellow cards. Come on, that just a sign that he's getting beaten far too easily. For me, I'd keep him for at least another season. If he doesn't perform, then yeah, I'd think about selling him. But this season he gets a 3 because he was absolute dog shit, and that's even trying to put it politely. On the right, go to Andros Townsend. Yeah, we'll go to Andros Townsend next. This is another guy that I'm seriously thinking about throwing in the bin. Get out of the club. His crossing is dire. His passing is dire. He can't dribble past anyone. He used to be fast. He's now very slow. I'd keep him for one more season as well. A lot of these players I'm going to say keep for one more season. And then, yeah, have a look at him after. I'll give him a 4. Oh, I just realised, sorry, Mamadou Sakho we had as well. Yeah, I watched the game against Liverpool, for example. He was absolute dog shit. He's one that needs to go because he's on like 100 grand a week. He's simply not good enough, and I think we can do better with that money. He's a sell, and I'd give him a 3. Sorry, Mamadou, I completely forgot. Yeah. Moving on to the left-hand side, we had Schlupp. I mean, Schlupp, he had an okay season. Like, it wasn't brilliant. Like, towards the end of the season, he looked really good. I'm thinking, where's that form been all season? But yeah, because of his average start to the season, I'll give him a 5. Then we had Max Meyer. I mean, whenever I've seen him, he just takes too long. He passes it back. He doesn't drive at defenders. It feels like he's too scared. It feels like he's too much of a fucking pussy. But yeah, he's just not good enough for me either. I'd give him a 4. It wasn't good this season. He's one I'd be looking to sell as well, because I think we can do better with that money. Then we come on to the main talisman, Wilfred Zaha. Wilf. I've even got a picture of him, you know. A signed picture. It wasn't with me, unfortunately, but someday I wish I could get a picture of him. He's not been good enough this season. We all know that. He does have that potential to just light up a game, but this season he's been far too inconsistent. And if we got something like 40 million, 45 million, I'd take that right now. I'd snap your hand off. It's quite clear he doesn't want to be here. And he just doesn't look like he enjoys being here. For the season, he gets a 4. He's just not been good enough. Right, and then we're moving on to the front 2. We're going to start with Benteke first. Oh my god. He's someone that we just need to sell, because he's got no confidence in him. I don't have any confidence. As soon as I see his name on the team sheet, I don't have any confidence. I always get worried. Yeah, that was that. He scored against Chelsea against the pandemic, but that was a tap-in. I mean, even I could have fucking scored that, and I'm fucking fat as anything. He gets a 4. Bin, get rid of him as soon as possible. And then, lastly, there's Jordan Ayew. 3 times our Player of the Year, Players Player of the Year, Player of the Season, and Goal of the Season as well. The one against West Ham, I was there. I was like, oh my god, have I really just seen that? This season, he's just lit everything up. He's been fantastic. If it wasn't for him, no doubt in my mind we'd have gone down. Because his 9 goals that he contributed, they're precious this season. And if it wasn't for him, we would have been in big, big trouble. He gets a 10 out of 10. He's the only one in that squad who can really hold his head high in that team. And maybe Vincente, because those two can hold their head high, because they were the best 2 in the team. Vincente keeping the goals out, and Ayew scoring them at the other end. So yeah, come on to the manager, Roy Hodgson. I mean, he's had a satisfactory season for me. He did what he had to. Would I keep him on another year? No. I think we can get better. I just seen that Eddie Howe has been sacked by Bournemouth. I would absolutely love to see Eddie Howe as Palace manager. That would be the dream. He's a fantastic manager. He's young. He's got quality in him. I can just see him coming to us. Yeah. So would I keep Roy Hodgson? Would I be happy? Not really, because I think we can do better. I mean, his tactics when we're 2-0 down is to bring on a defensive midfielder. Are you taking the piss? Am I a prick? Am I really a prick? Like, you're mugging fans like us off, who pay good money to watch you do that shit. It's just not acceptable. I just think this season's been an okay season. If those 7 games that we lost during the season restart happened throughout a lot of the season, good job we got that win against Bournemouth. Jesus, otherwise we'd be in a whole load of shit right now. Sorry, I've been rambling on for about 15 minutes now. So I'm going to leave this video here. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry that the uploads have not been good, well, good as you'd like me to upload recently. So I'm going to make sure I keep on top of that, and I might have a surprise in terms of who my next guest is going to be. Going to do something a bit different for the channel. So yeah, expect that in probably about a couple of days' time when I get time off from work. But yeah, until then, thanks very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.